through music. The connection between music and morality has been a topic of discussion for centuries. While some believe there is a correct form of music for Christians to employ, others argue that the type of music one listens to in leisure time may differ from the music used in the liturgy. The discussion of the correct music genres in the Christian life, both in church and in daily life, dates back far in history to the 1st century, which argued that no instruments of any sort were to be used in church. Martin Luther said that the organ in worship is a sign of Baal. Obviously, the argument about music genres is a long one. It still continues today, but then many questions arise. What genres can Christians listen to in daily life? Does enjoyment or our Christian witness govern what music we listen to? The truth is, all of these things matter. What music you use in worship and listen to matters, especially for our enjoyment and witness. Therefore, insight into this matter is important. One of the most important discussions on Christian music happened in 1967 at the Second Vatican Ecumenical Council. During the council, they wrote the Musicam Sacram, which is an instruction on music in the liturgy. The focus should be on the words of the music, and it is enhanced by the type of music and instruments used. Worship is considered the music in the liturgy. It is solely separated by context. Worship is liturgical, and all other music outside of the church is not worship. Upon defining worship, one is confronted with further terms that necessarily require elaboration. One must consider what sacred and contemporary music is. These terms change based on context and time period. The understanding of sacred music and contemporary music changes based on the instruments available as well. Sacred music is now only using organ or piano as accompaniment, and contemporary music uses all modern instruments such as drums and electric guitar. So why, then, does this idea of Christian music in both the church and life matter if sacred and contemporary music is so transient? It matters to the holiness and righteousness of mankind in God's eyes. It matters for our enjoyment and contentment, and it matters for our witness by showing others the story and mission of Christ. Therefore, both contemporary and sacred music is valuable for Christians. So, what music should Christians use in liturgical worship? Sacred music is essential because it turns the hearts of the believers to God. Most hymns and psalms are all praises to God for what he has done for his people and his believers. Naturally, unbelievers do not have those things to say to God, but believers wholeheartedly praise him with all of these words. Therefore, sacred music means more to believers than to unbelievers. Contemporary Christian music should also be used in liturgical worship. Most people would say that contemporary music is more relatable and enjoyable than sacred music. Ultimately, making church more enjoyable would urge more unbelievers to come and hear the message of Christ. Using both of these types of music also allows for a church body to be personal and homely. The character that people find in a church encourages connection with people whom they are with, and therefore encourages a closer connection with Christ, for iron sharpens iron, as Proverbs 27:17 says. So, how do Christians utilize the plethora of genres available in our modern world? The answer is thus. They should listen to any music Christian genre that they want to listen to. Two main reasons uphold this view. Firstly, it is more enjoyable to choose music based on preferences. The second reason is that Christians should listen to all genres of music is that it widens the witnessing platform and is probably more likely to show unbelievers the gospel. Ultimately, we want to help people get into church and hear the gospel as much as possible. Then comes the question, what about secular music? It is important to have a good foundation for faith to discern what good things to input into one's heart.